All right, good morning, everyone. It's Monday morning, the first day of March. We have a special edition of Wake Up with YPN, and today we have Lisa and Sarah with us from Evolve Staging and Design in Coralville. We're going to be covering everything you need to know about staging a home, whether you hire a professional or go on your own. So we encourage you guys to ask questions. We've got the comment section up. We'll be monitoring that. But without further ado, ladies, tell us a little bit about Evolve and what services you offer.
Good morning, Ashley. Thanks for having us. Evolve is a company that Lisa and I started about 5 years ago, and we realized that there wasn't a service in the real estate industry offering some staging. Some realtors did a little bit of it on their own, but they weren't really super interested in hauling big pieces of furniture. So we formed our company and offer home staging and home design services.
You guys do an awesome job. I know one of the fun things that as a realtor that I've seen is just kind of new stuff that you guys have put into the rotation, and you're really good at kind of giving that element of surprise, at least for someone that has used you before. There's always something new, but kind of explain why a real estate agent would want to use a stager.
Well, I think that it definitely gives you a leg up on the competition, and really it's about first impressions. So a realtor who wants to give their clients the best first impression possible should consider using a stager, because consumers are looking online. It's all about pictures, what they can see first, and you could easily be, as a seller, you could easily be bypassed if your home isn't presentable in the most advantageous way. And that's what we do. We try to go in and give the home the best, putting the best foot forward.
Absolutely. It's always nice too to have someone that's, not in the situation, that is an expert in the field, come in and give your opinion, because certainly you guys know what you're doing. You're doing this day in and day out, so you have an eye for it. If I were interested in having staging services, about how much does staging cost, and what does, how much of a difference does staging make to justify the cost as a part of the overall business?
Our base prices start at $400 for the main living areas, which will include the living room, kitchen, dining space, main bathroom, and an entryway. And that's typically, the most common way people go. We try to make it affordable. We don't overly stage. We don't want to take away from the home itself by making it too distracting. So we just find a good happy medium where it just is a pleasant vision and people can kind of see how the space could be used. You can do additional spaces such as a master bedroom or an office, a formal dining room for an additional fee.
Awesome. So I know one of the things that I'm always just impressed with your ability to do is just know how to scale pieces for the space, which translates really well in photos. If someone's staging on their own, what are some of the other tips and tricks that you would recommend to make a huge difference?
Well, I think realtors, for the most part, kind of know what to tell their clients, but just the basics, like to take down personal photos, if possible. You want to really try and neutralize the space as much as possible. So any bright colored walls, if they could be repainted if possible. We really just like a blank canvas to start with, and then we can add in some neutral, not overpowering colors with accessories and stuff as well.
I think another thing that homeowners can think about too is the flow of their home when you walk in. Try not to walk into the back of a piece of furniture if the entry into the room is too close to the furniture. It can make it feel closed off. Think about how you want to give the space the idea of how someone can use it, and allow them to be able to move in it easier, so it doesn't feel, you don't want people to feel closed in any way. Cleanliness is probably one of the biggest things. People don't realize how easy you can have an older home and have it completely spotless, and that will look better than a brand new home that hasn't been cleaned properly or kept up. So that's a big thing too.
Amen to that. As you're looking probably at my house that hasn't been cleaned all week.
Anything.
What
people over, so it's okay.
I mean, yeah, that's why you're getting this like very short.
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of, well, I'm sure you see the bad, the good, the ugly, and everything in between. But what do you wish realtors and homeowners knew about staging a home? And I'm sure the list is a million miles long, but what are some of the main things?
I think the obvious is that you get one chance to make a first impression. So if you need to take a few extra days and get the property ready the right way, you're going to have the most bang. Sometimes people try and just leave it as is, and if it doesn't sell right away, then they consider maybe doing a few extra things. But really, it makes the most sense to just do it the right way right out of the gate, and then you have good results.
Yeah. That extra step of like painting that accent wall, or maybe changing out a light fixture, or things that we won't do, but will really help our job be easier also. And it'll benefit everybody in the long run.
I think things have changed through the years where, not everybody used to use a professional photographer to take pictures. Right. And now that's become kind of the standard. And I think staging is becoming that same thing where people just, with online shopping, it's really important to have the best pictures out there. Mm-hmm. And so they're really taking that into account when preparing their listings.
Yeah. And the bar has been raised for, I think, buyers. They're looking for more. They see HGTV, they see, what else is happening, and they're starting to expect it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially if they're paying top dollar, they want the space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going off script a little bit here, but one of the things that I was really surprised about is that I always thought about staging as something that you see when a house is empty and you're coming in and you're setting up the scene. But I love that you guys will really consult folks with their own stuff in their house. And it's something as simple as swapping out, a bedspread or putting some new pillows on it. I mean, you guys really, truly will take on projects that are of all walks of life, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
We realize not everybody has a vacant house. I mean, some people have to live there still while it's on the market, and simple things that we have in our warehouse that they aren't interested in going out and purchasing themselves. We work with them. We work with what they have, and sometimes even some outdated, coffee table can really change in looks just by putting the right accessories with it. So we make it work.
Yeah.
You guys
are opposed to blending in new with old. So
yeah, you guys are awesome at what you do. And one of the other things that I'm always just so impressed with is that you guys have such a great turnaround time, and you're professional. And when you're moving stuff in and out of houses, it's almost as if you're working with, a almost like high-end movie production crew. Nothing gets tampered with in the house. You're just kind of in and out, and you do it with such ease. So anyone that's kind of looking for that white glove client experience, I would say you bring that. Anything else that you guys would want to add?
I don't think so. I don't think everyone's fully aware. They think we just do some staging is all we do. We do have some clients that come to us after they see properties when they were house looking, and we help them with whatever home they move into with getting it, so they just want a fresh start. Don't like their old furniture in their new house. So we also help with home design services as well.
Yeah. And that can range from anything from just helping them choose paint colors, window treatments, to like full room design with furniture layout and everything like that.
That's awesome.
So
You ever have people say, "I really like this piece of my house that you stayed with. Can I buy it off of you?"
yeah, we've actually had several times that's happened, and we will consider it. I mean,
we try and keep our inventory fresh, so it's a good way for us to rotate things in and out.
Yeah.
And we're honest, you know, sometimes pieces we can't have them be really heavy. So it's pretty to look at, but if you have a family and you want to use the sofa every day, it's not going to last you 20 years. Like that's just not what it's for. But yeah, we've sold like some accessories and coffee tables and that sort of thing. So
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well, a question. Jamie wants to know, how far in advance would you need to schedule? I'm assuming she's saying consultation. In other words, how quick could we get you into a home?
Typically, it depends, you know, on the schedule and the busyness of what time of year it is. But we usually are really good. A few days to a week notice is usually something we can work with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are really good about picking stuff up if a house sells. It's pretty seamless. We've got another question from Brooke. Do you ever stage someone's home using a seller's personal furniture if they haven't moved out yet to help it show better and flow better?
Yeah, absolutely. We will help do that.
We've done it in the past, and we're honest. I mean, sometimes there's too much furniture, or they have to move a few pieces out to the garage, or sometimes things won't work, but most of the time they do, and we are happy to come in and mix things in with what they currently have.
Awesome. Well, this has been super informative. Thank you so much for your time and getting up in front of the camera. I know it's never everyone's preferred way of communicating, but you guys are awesome, and we look so forward to having you part of the real estate community. I truly don't know what we would do without you.
Oh, you're
thank you,
kind.
Ashley.
Thanks, Ashley.
So, you guys are awesome. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your week and the first day of March. Hopefully we get nothing but sunshine and warm weather.
I am enjoying every minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
yeah.
Me too.
Take care.
All right. Well, take care, guys.